All right, Joe Dombrowski here for Wrestlezone Weekly, Wrestlezone.com. We are days away from the biggest event of the TNA calendar year. It is Bound for Glory on pay-per-view coming up this Sunday. My guest this time has been an important part of the promotional and as well as the event card itself. He is Broken Matt Hardy. Thank you for joining us on WrestleZone.
Yes, Joe. I must ask you a question.
Okay.
The first question is this before we continue on with this interview. Are you a Brother Nero? Are you a loyal man? Are you a treacherous traitor?
I don't believe I've ever betrayed you, Matt.
I'm just asking in general. Because any Brother Neros, you know what the fate must be.
No, I understand, yes.
They must be deleted. Continue.
Well, Bound for Glory is this Sunday, and we've seen the final deletion. We've seen Delete or Decay.
Yes,
and now coming up, we're going to top all of that at Bound for Glory. What are we going to expect to see on pay-per-view?
Oh my goodness, the Great War is the oldest war in existence. The oldest war in the history of humankind. Basically, it pits light versus dark. Yes, and I represent the light as a celestial being. And at the Great War, the match will start inside the zone of impact, inside that ring with 6 sides. But then it can go anywhere. Our battlefield is the world. We can fight backstage. We can fight in the Walt Disney. We can fight at the Universal. We may fight all the way to Jacksonville. We may fight to Texas. We may fight to Canada. We may fight to Japan. We may fight to anywhere. It can go anywhere. The Great War is limitless. And I can say this, when it's all said and done, once and for all, we will delete the tag team reign of Decay as well as delete their demons.
Now, Broken Matt and Brother Nero have become a bit of a phenomenon lately. TNA Impact has had its highest ratings in well over a year. People are chanting delete at other promotions events, events you're not even at. How do you feel about that? Is there a sense of pride with that? What is the overall message here about the state of the wrestling business that Broken Matt Hardy has become such a phenomenon in such a short amount of time?
Oh, Joe, you must understand. The Great War transcends a wrestling match or a wrestling promotion. It transcends into life. And people see the Great War. They see the movement that I am doing with my broken brilliance. And they understand that. For once, I have brought Impact Wrestling and given it its own identity. You know, there were times in the past where maybe when the people that did the X Division matches gave it a bit of identity, but it has lost its way. And now I am the way within TNA. I have given it an identity. We are doing something different. You know that Mick Mahan, every week on Raw, he rolls out whatever he wishes on Raw or the SmackDown, and he expects the fans just to swallow it, you know, without regurgitating it, and they do not do that. And instead of swallowing stuff they do not like, they chant at Mick Mahan, delete, 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 and they let him know, because that is the Great War. It is truly the light trying to overpower the darkness.
Now, we've talked about this bit of a resurgence in popularity for Impact Wrestling. For whatever reason, TNA has always seemed to get a bad rap on the internet, and it's not something that I've understood. You know, and I hold no bones about it. I don't try to falsely represent. My TNA career lasted 1 day. I was there for a day, but it was a very positive day. Morale seemed good to me. I don't get a lot of what the internet perceives to be the reality of behind the scenes at TNA. Why do you think the internet is so hard on TNA wrestling?
It is part of the problem with culture. It is another one of the battles that I am taking on. Because besides just trying to repair and take TNA to the level that it deserves to be at, I am doing more great things. I need to help humanity. Our culture is so negative. We live in such a negative culture, and that is one of the things the 7 deities have taught me, to take all the emotions that people give you, whether they are good or bad, whether they are positive or negative, whether it is loathing or it is love, take it, absorb it, and grow stronger from it. I do not know. I am not concerned with what people do not like or what they do like. I am concerned with making sure people have smiles on their face, that people are filled with light, and that is truly my job. You cannot listen to any certain group of the audience that is going to be opinionated or that is going to be biased, whatever it may be. As far as Impact Wrestling, I love it now, and the broken universe is running wild, and many people are very happy to be there, and it is something that needs to continue, because we cannot let Mick Mahan have a monopoly.
If you had the chance, would you delete Vince McMahon?
I would delete him, I would render him obsolete, and then I would rebuild him. Because much like Brother Nero, he has run its course, and now he is a stale individual. His broken brilliance has been snuffed out. He needs to be deleted, rendered obsolete, and then you rebuild him in a different image that is more creative, that is more fresh. And I think a lot of fans would agree with that, yes.
Well, let's go through a list here quickly, and if I can get just a one or two word answer, delete or not delete, if you would indeed delete these people, okay? We got your answer on Vince. Okay, we're good. We got your answer on Vince McMahon. What about Stephanie McMahon?
Delete.
Dixie Carter.
Delete.
Vince Russo.
Delete.
Eric Bischoff.
Delete.
Josh Matthews.
Delete.
Matt Jackson.
Render obsolete.
Nick Jackson.
Render obsolete.
Cody Rhodes.
He is a good soldier. He is not deleted.
Donald Trump.
Delete.
Hillary Clinton.
Delete.
The entire Kardashian family.
Delete.
The third hour of Monday Night Raw.
Delete.
What's your favorite key on a keyboard?
Delete.
Who out of wrestling do you most wish to delete?
There are two people that are very deserving right now. I think I would delete both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton because they are both Brother Neros, and that way we would have two new presidential candidates. That is what America needs because America is broken.
How do you feel about Wrestlezone.com? Would you delete Justin LaBar?
Oh, yes. He is definitely deletion worthy.
Now, what happens on Sunday after you delete Abyss, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary, Decay? Will they join you like Brother Nero? Will they just be rendered obsolete and disappear? What is your hope this Sunday on pay-per-view?
First, Brother Nero must complete his odyssey. I made him start off on this mission all alone, and because of the demonic decay, they attempted to kidnap my son. They attempted to commit all this blasphemy against me. Now I have joined Brother Nero's side because now they must pay and they must be deleted. The tag team title reign must be deleted. But when it's all said and done, after I delete Decay, I tell you this, I may just dispose of them once and for all. I have Senior Benjamin at home, and he has prepared the battlefield for burial. I don't know if we can do anything. I don't know if we can salvage these folks. I think we might just bury them.
I see. Well, how can we find Broken Matt Hardy on social media?
Oh, it is very easy. It is at Matt Hardy brand. That is all the accounts that my mortal vessel in my previous life set up. So it is Matt Hardy brand across the board. Yes.
All right, it is Broken Matt and Brother Nero versus Decay this Sunday night, October the 2nd, TNA Bound for Glory, the biggest event on the calendar year for Impact Wrestling, available on all traditional pay-per-view platforms as well as the Fight app. Log on to ImpactWrestling.com for all the information there. I want to thank Big Time Wrestling, BTWPro.com, for helping facilitate this interview. They're touring nationwide with some big stars. Be sure to look them up and find out when they're coming to a town near you. Now, next week here on Wrestlezone Weekly, I will be joined by arguably the most talked about talent in professional wrestling today, Cody Rhodes. Will be here on Wrestlezone Weekly. He's going to sit down with me. He's a class act, but I've got a lot of hard-hitting questions I'm going to throw his way and get to the bottom of a lot of news going on out there right now. And my website is joe-dombrowski.com. All my merchandise and social media links are contained there. Okay, well, Broken Matt Hardy, thank you for joining us here in WrestleZone.com. I'll give you any final word if you want it concerning the people listening or Bound for Glory or anything you'd like to say just to close us out.
Hey, Ash, you know what it's time to do with this interview?
What is it?
Delete!